Shaquille O'Neal was not just a basketball player, he was an unstoppable force, a 7'1" giant who could shatter backboards with a single dunk and silence entire arenas with his presence. But at the same time, he was also the funniest man in the league, the one who could make his teammates laugh in the middle of the most intense battles. That mix of dominance and humor made him one of the most unforgettable athletes in history. Imagine a man so powerful that he literally broke the basket, and yet so lighthearted that he once showed up to practice dressed as Superman. That's Shaq, the legend who destroyed opponents and entertained the world in equal measure. From the moment he entered the NBA in 1992, Shaq wasn't just playing basketball, he was changing it. Fresh out of LSU, the Orlando Magic drafted him with the first pick, and suddenly the league had never seen anything like him. His size was terrifying, but what truly shocked people was how fast he could move. 7'1", over 300 pounds, yet running the floor like a guard. It wasn't fair. In his rookie season, he averaged 23 points, 14 rebounds, and 3.5 blocks per game. And he wasn't just scoring, he was tearing the rim apart, literally. In his first year alone, he broke 2 backboards by dunking so hard that the supports collapsed. The NBA had to reinforce their baskets because Shaq was just too strong. But Shaq wasn't just about destruction. He brought joy. He danced during warm-ups. He cracked jokes with reporters. He made the game fun. One minute he was bullying centers in the paint. The next minute he was rapping in the locker room. Opponents feared him. Fans adored him. And teammates never stopped laughing. He was the rare superstar who combined dominance with charisma. When he joined the Los Angeles Lakers in 1996, Shaq's career reached its peak. The Lakers became the center of the basketball world. And Shaq was their heart. His battles in the paint were unlike anything fans had seen. Nobody could stop him one-on-one. Double teams didn't work. Triple teams barely slowed him down. Once he caught the ball deep, it was over. His spin move was too quick, his size too much, and his dunks too violent. He was not just scoring, he was crushing souls. From 2000 to 2002, Shaq led the Lakers to 3 straight championships. During the 2000 finals against the Indiana Pacers, he averaged nearly 38 points and 16 rebounds per game. It was one of the most dominant finals performances ever. He won finals MVP 3 times in a row, proving he was the most unstoppable force in basketball. But even in those high-pressure moments, Shaq's personality shined. He would crack jokes with reporters right after scoring 40 points. He would clown around in practice, imitating coaches or singing off-key. He once called himself the Big Aristotle in a press conference, then laughed at his own joke while the world tried to keep up. He gave himself nicknames like the Diesel, Superman, and the Big Cactus when he went to Phoenix. Shaq knew how to keep basketball entertaining both on and off the court. One of the funniest parts of Shaq's career was his free throws. He struggled mightily at the line, shooting under 53% for his career. Teams developed a strategy called Hack-a-Shaq, where they would intentionally foul him to force him into free throws. Most players would be embarrassed. Not Shaq. He joked about it, laughed it off, and even claimed that missing free throws was part of his strategy because it gave his team more rebounds. That was classic Shaq, turning a weakness into comedy and making sure nobody could use it to tear him down. His humor wasn't just about himself. He constantly played pranks on teammates. He once hid rookie Devin George's car. He would jump out and scare people in hotel lobbies. He even made fun of Kobe Bryant in rap songs during their tense moments. But underneath the humor was a man who cared deeply about his team. Shaq's personality kept locker rooms loose. Even during the most stressful playoff runs, his jokes and laughter gave his teammates a sense of relief. But let's not forget his pure dominance. Shaq's power was so overwhelming that even the best defenders looked helpless. Patrick Ewing, David Robinson, Dikembe Mutombo, legends of defense, were tossed aside like they were nothing. Shaq's combination of strength and agility made him a nightmare. In the 2001 finals against Mutombo and the Philadelphia 76ers, Shaq averaged 33 points, 16 rebounds, and almost 4 blocks per game. He completely destroyed the reigning Defensive Player of the Year. After that series, Mutombo even admitted that Shaq was the most dominant player ever. And it wasn't just his scoring. Shaq was an underrated passer. He could find cutters, shooters, and slashers from the post. His chemistry with Kobe Bryant was lethal. Shaq would draw in multiple defenders, then kick it out to Kobe for open shots. When they were clicking, it was the most unstoppable duo in the league. Together, they became legends, and Shaq's ability to balance his brute strength with intelligence made him even more dangerous. Beyond the court, Shaq became a cultural icon. He starred in movies like Kazam and Blue Chips. He released rap albums. He appeared in commercials where his humor shined brighter than his stats. He became Superman, Diesel, DJ Diesel, and dozens of other characters that fans loved. No other player blended basketball dominance with pop culture the way Shaq did. Even his rivalries were entertaining. His feud with Kobe was fiery, but it gave fans drama that shaped an era. His clashes with Charles Barkley turned into some of the funniest moments on TV once both men joined TNT's Inside the NBA. Shaq's humor never turned off. Whether he was dunking on Alonzo Mourning or tripping over a Christmas tree on live television, he knew how to make people smile. As his career moved past the Lakers, Shaq still left an impact. In Miami, he helped Dwyane Wade win his first championship in 2006. He proudly declared, "This is Dwyane's team," showing the humility that many superstars lacked. Later, he played in Phoenix, Cleveland, and Boston, always bringing laughter, always filling arenas, always larger than life. Even in retirement, Shaq remains a dominant presence. On TNT, he jokes with Ernie Johnson, Kenny Smith, and Charles Barkley, creating one of the funniest shows in sports history. His humor has never faded. He dances, he sings, he makes fun of himself, and he never lets the world take him too seriously. But he also gives wisdom, speaking about basketball with the knowledge of a man who lived through every possible scenario on the court. The legacy of Shaquille O'Neal is unique. He was not only a 4-time NBA champion, a 3-time Finals MVP, and one of the most unstoppable players in history. He was also the heart of the game. He made basketball fun. He made it bigger. He made it global. Fans didn't just watch Shaq, they experienced him. Every dunk, every joke, every broken rim was a reminder that sports are not only about winning, but also about joy. Shaq showed the world that you could be both fierce and funny, that you could dominate your opponents but also keep them laughing, that you could stand 7 feet tall and still be the biggest kid in the room. His power forced the NBA to change its equipment. His personality made the NBA more entertaining than ever, and his legacy continues every time fans debate the most dominant player of all time. Because when you think about dominance, you think about Shaq. Shaquille O'Neal wasn't perfect. He had his flaws, his missed free throws, his clashes with teammates, but that's what made him real. He wasn't a robot programmed to win games. He was a human giant with a huge heart, a huge laugh, and an even bigger impact. Basketball has seen legends, but no one has ever mixed power and playfulness like Shaquille O'Neal. His dunks shook the floor, his laughter filled the air, and together they created a legacy that will never be forgotten. Because when you look back at the history of the NBA, there's one truth that stands above all. There has never been, and maybe never will be, another Shaq.